Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and another video game review. So recently I started playing the new anime MMO Blue Protocol Star Radiance, and well, the game is absolutely terrible. And I know a lot of you are like, well, Eango, we all knew this was going to be a terrible game. Why'd you waste your time playing it? And why are you wasting your time on this review video? And yeah, that's true. The game already launched and failed in Japan, actually of this year in January of 2025. However, instead of doing the right thing, the respectable thing, and just letting this pathetic game be forgotten, the Chinese decided to revive it. And they did this revival in like under half a year. And that is what Blue Protocol Star Requiem is. It's just the Chinese version of the original Blue Protocol. Honestly, I feel like the fact that this game is even a thing let out onto this world is just really emblematic of the sad state of gaming in 2025. Like, we've now gotten to the point where there are no longer good games for the Chinese to clone, and they've already cloned everything worth cloning at this point. We got ourselves Chinese Breath of the Wild, Chinese Overwatch, Chinese Revy Starlight Relive, Chinese Persona 5, Chinese Genshin Impact. We're getting Chinese GTA soon. Everything good for gaming has already been made, and everything good that has been made Chinese. Thus, we have reached the point that these Chinese megacorps are just cloning games that already failed, like Blue Protocol, in hopes that it makes some money, I guess. Absolutely nobody cares about this game. I mean, just anecdotally, when I was trying to react to some of its marketing on my live stream, and I was trying to pretend to be all hype and soy, I could just tell none of my viewers gave a flying fuck at all. And when I asked type 1 if you plan to play this game, try it out, and type 2 if you just do not care, basically my whole Twitch stream typed 2. And obviously no one in my real life in San Francisco even know what a Blue Protocol is, and even my online gamer friends, most of them don't know what Blue Protocol is, and those that do just don't care. But then even influencers who were once hardcore pushing Blue Protocol, like MMObyte, who was hyping up the game in a major way over 5 years ago nonstop, well, I check MMObyte recent videos and there's just nothing on Blue Protocol because even he doesn't care. Well-respected MMO influencer Josh Hayes, he predicted this failure all a while ago.
Have I heard of the upcoming anime MMO Blue Protocol? Yes, I have, because MMObyte has literally covered it for the last 3 years. What do I think of it? I think it's going to release, be okay, and then fade into obscurity, the same way that every other anime MMO has done. We have a precedent for this. Like, you can tell how any anime MMO is going to go by looking at how any other anime MMO has gone and then just applying the same to it.
So nobody in my loser weeb community this game should appeal to is playing the game. Nobody in San Francisco who are tech bro losers that wheel in gacha games and Korean MMOs, none of them have even heard of the game. None of my online gamer acquaintances are playing, MMObyte is not playing, and Josh Hayes, a highly regarded MMO theory crafter, he's just not impressed. This game is basically already dead and irrelevant, and if you do end up playing Blue Protocol Star Revelation for whatever reason, just know that the servers are probably closing by the summer. Okay, with all that preamble out of the way, my actual review begins now. The classes in Blue Archive Star Rebellion are all highly uninteresting, unimpressive, underpowered, and unfun to play. Now, I've not tried every class, but I have played 3 of them, which I will talk about. First, I tried Heavy Guardian because, as someone who is insecure, I always find the need to wield a big sword in my video games. Unfortunately, none of the classes have a big sword, but Heaven Guardian does have the biggest weapon, but the thing is, the weapon just looks really dumb. Like, I think it's supposed to be half sword, half shield, but if that was the aesthetic they were going for, they should have just made it a transforming weapon, like Chargeblade in Monster Hunter. Instead, we are given this just really dorky looking thing with very impractical edges and torque. Like, the physics of this weapon makes absolutely no sense when you just take 1 second to think about it. For a regular sword, the handle sits below the center of mass, which gives you leverage. Then the weight in front of your hand creates torque, which is how you get a clean, powerful swing without too much effort. However, the weapon for the Heavy Guardian, well, the handle is dead center. This is literally the dumbest place you can put the handle, as now you're splitting the weight both in front and behind your hand. So now when you try to swing the weapon, the back half is going to be counteracting the motion from the front half, and you're effectively just canceling out your own swing. Half of the blade wants to go forward, and the other half will try to drag you backwards. I mean, I just have to say, as a San Francisco weeb tech bro engineer, I just find this weapon design highly insulting to not only my intelligence, but hopefully the intelligence of majority of my viewers as well. And honestly, maybe the devs meant for this weapon to be retardedly designed because, well, it does like 0 damage in the game. Heavy Guardian is one of the most useless I've ever felt playing a video game. Just you do no damage, that's why. You're literally just a retard shield walking around with your retard weapon, and I guess the point of the class is to just guard things? I don't know, I don't even know. Anyways, Heavy Guardian was my first experience I had with Blue Protocol Star Reboot. Absolutely abysmal experience, for sure. 100% do not pick that class. So then, if you do pick a class that you end up not liking like I did, then you literally have to make a whole new character and restart the game from the beginning, which, well, that's just really annoying. Next class I chose was Stormblade, which is kind of the weeby samurai sword archetype. So this class, for sure funner than Heavy Guardian, which isn't saying much, but the issue with it is you have to like spam a lot of mouse clicks to play it, and I found like after only an hour my fingers were starting to hurt in a major way. Now, I was able to get around this tendinitis by putting the game in autoplay, but the thing is when you use autoplay in a dungeon, you get like teammates that start flaming you nonstop. For whatever reason, the Blue Archive Star Radiance devs decided to allow voice chat in this game, and I just found that people in this game were really toxic. Like I had one guy shout at me when I was standing in fire, another person was saying I was trolling because I think I wasn't like pulling some lever or something in order to progress in a dungeon. And when I told these people it's probably because I'm in autoplay, then they would just get even more mad, and overall the community is just not nice already. So I'm like in a catch-22. It's like I either use autoplay and have fun playing the video game, but people flame me, or I play manually and I do not have fun because I get tendinitis when I play manually. Now, besides the classes and lackluster gameplay, the story in Blue Protocol Star Rebirth is very uninspiring and uninteresting. Now, a video game having a bad story isn't necessarily a big deal for me. However, the issue is this game spams you with cutscenes and dialogues nonstop, and it's like the game thinks its story merits your attention with how much it spams you with cutscenes and dialogue. And let me say, the story does not merit your attention. It's very bad. I don't want to get sidetracked into too many details on why the story is so bad, just to keep this review spoiler free, but basically everyone dies, and it just amounts to a lazy Chinese ripoff of Final Fantasy Tactics. The open world you inhabit is completely lifeless and devoid of life. Compared to other open world games like Breath of the Wild or Genshin Impact or even Wuthering Waves, the world in Blue Protocol Star Reboot is very bland, barren, boring. For example, finding chests in the world, there really is no process. Like there is no puzzle you have to do, no trial, nothing. You just go to the place on the map where the chest is marked and you open it. The game gives you a bunch of traversal stuff so you can go through the world really fast. Stuff like flying, like infinite stamina, like wall running. And I always stand on the point that if a game is wanting you to traverse the world very fastly, it's because the world is just uninteresting to look at. And that for sure applies to Blue Protocol Star Renewal. Like not one time while exploring the world in this game have I just like stopped and took in the views and been like, wow. Overall, I was just not impressed by Blue Protocol Star Revelation, like, at all, and at this point, it is kind of embarrassing that none of these Chinese games can even come close to the level of Genshin Impact still, 5 years later. Anyways, as for my score, I think I will give this one a 3.4 out of 10.